All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother Bolo VNR, and we are here with another reaction. I want to cover a couple of things. The viral situation that is going on with Cliff Hughes and comments that he made about Dr. Dayton Campbell said, you know, well, let me just play the tape because it's viral, so it's whatever. I'll just for context. Let me just play the tape and we're gonna get to it. What caused all of this? You know what I'm saying? Let me play it. And shout out to the people that just came in. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. You never know who's watching. All right, so I gotta go to my page right here real quick. Please excuse me. All right, here we go. All right, so this is it. This is the video right here. This is the video. Listen to this. Listen to this. Let me share my screen. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Quote, evil. I didn't hear those comments myself, but that's what the Gleaner reported, and the PMP General Secretary wants it known that that's what he was responding to. But I said before, that I saw a clear strategy from the PMP to bring taximen on side. And you know why that is. On election day, it's a key mobilization base.
Yes.
You need those cars.
Yes.
But here's the PMP General Secretary.
We are going to give them $500 a day, $2,500 a week, $10,000 a month time to send them to school. Why would anybody decide that they want to take $5,000 to vote or $10,000 to vote when you can get $10,000 every month per child to send them to school? When we say we can't them go to school, them start cuss all the taxi man them. Me I wonder if the taxi man them if you really are going to get up election day and say you can't labor right. You know hear them say you a thief and rapist and them something there. Run with them and election day when they come, no care nobody for them.
That's the PMP General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell.
Ricardo, listeners, what is wrong with Dayton Campbell? Doesn't he realize that he's a senior member of the People's National Party and that how he conducts and reports and communicates is important? Every time you hear this man, he's shouting. He makes you cringe. Somebody inside there can get a hold of him and shut him a box and say, shut him out, or speak in a way that people can listen to you.
Well, let me say this. I think it's deliberate.
Deliberate?
I think it's deliberate. They're saying that taximen are quote unquote.
That was the viral moment of Cliff Hughes. And this is the response from NICKEISHA Burchell, the opposition spokesperson on information. Well, the PMP spokesperson on information. Let's hear this.
This is NICKEISHA Burchell, the spokesperson for information and public communication for the People's National Party. Recently, broadcaster Cliff Hughes used his radio program to suggest that someone should, quote, box, unquote, Dr. Dayton Campbell or party's general secretary and tell him, quote, shut your mouth, unquote. Let us be clear about what happened. Dr. Campbell was standing up for Jamaica's taxi operators after Minister Desmond Mackenzie made a reckless and insulting statement calling them evil and suggesting that they are a threat to our children. These are the same men and women who carry our children to school, transport the sick to clinics, and get workers to and from their jobs every single day. To label an entire group of Jamaicans as evil is not just wrong, it is dangerous. It sets them up for suspicion, ridicule, and attack, And when a government minister speaks that way, it sends a signal that this kind of stereotyping is acceptable, but it is not. So when Dr. Campbell spoke out and urged taxi operators not to support the Jamaica Labour Party, he was well within his rights. In fact, he was doing what any decent leader would do, defending the dignity of the people. Hughes, instead of engaging the issue responsibly, used his national platform to say that someone should physically assault Dr. Campbell and silence him. He later offered a partial apology to his listeners, not to Dr. Campbell, and framed the issue as a matter of radio etiquette rather than basic decency and professional conduct. That is not good enough. Mr. Hughes often positions himself as a referee in national debates, quick to criticize politicians for their tone, for their words, for their behavior. But he cannot demand professionalism from others and fail to uphold it himself. The PNP is calling on the Broadcasting Commission, the Media Association, and the Press Association of Jamaica to act. These are the bodies that are meant to uphold standards. This cannot be brushed aside. There must be consequences and there must be corrective steps. As a party, we will always stand up for Jamaicans who are disrespected, misrepresented, or mistreated, whether they are taxi operators, teachers, nurses, vendors, or public servants. We will defend your right to be treated with dignity. We will not be intimidated. We will not be silenced.
The spokesperson of information, Miss NICKEISHA BURCHELL. There has to be some consequences for Hughes' utterances about, the GenSec, the General Secretary, Mr. Dr. Nathan Campbell. That type of behavior cannot be championed. Again, and his apology was just, that wasn't even an apology to Dr. Nathan Campbell. And I'm listening out for the relevant authorities where mainstream media is concerned. I'm looking to hear the outcry and the outpour of damnation for those utterances where Dr. Nathan Campbell is concerned. Now, what I want to do is to show you, well, for the person that are watching on Bolo TVV, are listening, this is the reason why they are very upset. We have JANICE Allen, that's the beautiful lady there in the white on your screen, as one of the representatives for the People's National Party in St. James, in Montego Bay girl, and she's here with the next
because
Prime
I'm just
Minister
going
of
to tell it
Jamaica.
as it is.
Right?
I'm believe it and that one. Because I'm just going to tell it as it is. I'm believing in transparency and accountability. Them not believing in it and that one. Any organization. Okay? So see the parameter. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And fishermen all over.
Yeah.
And they not have enough like pay to them so they end up at the shabby location.
Yes.
When they the okay, that's where we start.
You see this type of reaction that you're seeing from the people in St. James. It is not a one-off type of reaction. This is the type of reception that the soon-to-be Prime Minister Mark Jefferson Golding, the president of the People's National Party here in Jamaica, this is the type of reception that he's getting from the people all over Jamaica. Everywhere he goes, let's continue. This is what is upsetting them, This is what is upsetting them. Dr. Dayton Campbell and Mark Jefferson Golding's strategy after a very, very embarrassing loss to the Jamaica Labour Party in the last general election. They have turned things around significantly, and the people are receiving the plans, policies, and message that the People's National Party has for this country. And that is really what is triggering Cliff Hughes, in my opinion. But let's continue. Let's continue.
So first of all, I want to thank everybody here at the Harbour Street Grand Market for the warm reception for the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. There is no way that I could take it. There is no way that we could come in here and not visit. No visit to the constituency could be possible without a visit to the craft market. So many children have been sent to school, so many families have benefited, and this is a viable economic center for St. James and for many of those who have been here for many years and their families have been here for decades. So I just want to give the opportunity to our next Prime Minister, who will be Prime Minister in just a couple weeks, for him to say a few words to greet those who are here.
Thank you very much, Janice. Greetings, each and everyone. It is a pleasure to be here again in the Harbour Street Craft Market. I know that you felt neglected and dejected for many years now. And I know things are very hard. You're not getting the level of support that you should. So, you can count on us to try and work with you. When we form government, we will be seeking ways to make the craft markets more vibrant economically, to encourage more businesses to come your way, collaborating in a proactive way with the hotel sector, because everybody has to live well together and everybody has to get a piece of the pie. It can't be all in one hand or two hands, So we're supposed to really work hand in hand, collaboratively with the various players in the industry to ensure that your lives here, your livelihoods are improved. And we are committed to doing what we can in that regard. And of course, the place needs a little facelift too. And that cannot be part of it as well. Yes. But all I'm gonna say to each of you here, we are seeking your support when that day comes, and encouraging you all to go out and support Janice if you're in Central St. James, Alan if you're in Northwest St. James. If you're in East Central, St. James, BURCHELL, Leeknot, and if you're in West Central, Dr. Andre Horton, or if you even come from South St. James, NICKEISHA BURCHELL. We have a nice team of very energetic, brilliant young people, 3 ladies and two men and 3 ladies to represent, and we're seeking their support. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have an itinerary of various places we have to visit today. We're touring the constituency. This is our second stop. But it's always a pleasure to pass through the craft market and see all of you again. And you always welcome me so well. It makes me feel very happy and proud and pleased to be part of the movement. So one love everybody. And big thanks for the support.
Power to the people! Power to the people!
Put the X beside the head.
X beside the head.
What is upsetting the labor right apologists like Cliff Hughes, the reception that Mark Jefferson Gordon is getting from the people. Alright? So this is them. Before the people in rush to come up with Marky, trying to tell them the love, the respect. I'm gonna go through the news. Alright,
It's an honor and pleasure for me to be here. When I tour inside that market, it's an honor and pleasure for me to be here. I must tell you, I'm a bit disappointed when I tour inside that market building there. To see the sordid condition is really not fit for a market, and something has to change there. And I know that when Natalie Anita Garvey is in charge of things like that, we will see a better way. She will empower the municipal corporations and hold them accountable so that they do their work. And we'll have to ensure that they are sufficiently resourced, because we can't have critical assets like markets in such a deplorable, nasty condition. Anyway, people, it has been a great afternoon. I want to tell you how much I feel the love of the people of Montego Bay. And even the labor right them, enough love to us all, because it's one Jamaican people. Afternoon.
At the last part, big up the labor right there. And one Jamaica. This is true leadership right here, sir. Man now try divide, right? Listen.
And even the labor right them, enough love to us all, because it's one Jamaican people.
That is how a leader should operate. Look at these people. A base script. I'm not gonna say what you're seeing there is genuine love and excitement for the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Straight up. This is what I'm upset about. This, I don't really want a problem with the music. But may I tell you, man, Janice Allen, all of the ladies, them are the People's National Party, the representatives, the brilliant ladies, the strong ladies, the caring ladies, the women's, the women that, these women understand it's a partnership, you get me? And they are strong in their own right. You know what I mean? Watch out, man. Watch out, man. Watch out, man.
Real power! Real power! Take it from them! Take it from them! Real power! Real power!
We are taking from them real power. Real power, mummy. What a joy. Marky Tree bring hope to the people and a real change. A real change. Watch that. Sure, man. Mark will not be able to yeah, it's a partnership. Yeah. That's the Rasta. But we now forget Carol Garden instant. I don't think so. We have to get Carol Garden instant. But the JLP then do to the Rasta them down Mobile. No Rasta. I'm saying it without apology. No Rasta man we know them history. Not supposed to vote for the JLP because they haven't changed that much. Who free up weed? Who free up a split some man that get locked up somewhere at the part of the man them spiritual expression. You know how much Rasta get locked up in a prison for spliff? One market chief free up that, Oh, wanna try remember good, so Rasta wanna do the right thing. Okay, good, good, good. Big up the rest of them. Some pictures here, you know. Scroll through the town and thing. Meeting with the people. Talking with the people by every corner. Yeah, man. At the road tour, so you know it go. People have to make you know what them need to get done, and we can commit to it, we can deal with. You understand? Right? And then that's how the representatives them for the People's National Party, they communicate through to him from their constituents. That's why they vote them in. But him have to tour and him have to see for himself. So them show the gutters them and stuff. What I mean? Drainage is always an issue because when rainfall it's serious. And a whole heap of rainfall in Jamaica, See that the people craft market everywhere. Craft market is a central part of Montego Bay. For anybody that has been to Montego Bay, the craft market is right in the heart of the town. You understand? Right near the main, close to the the bus stop. You get me? Very, 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 very central to the town, So big up Mark Bowling, big up Janice Allen, right? Big up the people in Jamaica. Yeah, man, a time for real change, you see? So that is it for this reaction, alright? Yeah. Tell me what to think about the whole situation with Dr. Dayton Campbell being offered box in the face, from Cliff Hughes and his nationwide instructing his people from nationwide to go and box Dr. Dayton Campbell in his face. And tell me what you think about NICKEISHA Burchell's response. There should be some type of it should be sanctioned. And I agree. And let me know what you think about the road tour in St. James, Central St. James with Miss Janice Allen and Mark Bowling. Alright?